We have several members of the 2012 elect movement and also of the Manning Report listening audience who are judges and who have informed us that they are willing to serve as the judge over this most historic trial. And I'm telling you, I'm going to have a difficult time choosing a judge and an alternate because we have a number of them applications now from judges who would want to serve over the most important trial in American history. And I'm thankful to God for that. My brothers and my sisters, I'm thankful to God that there are patriot judges out there that have volunteered their services and choosing the one judge that will preside and the alternate that will be in the event that there needs to be a replacement. It's going to be a difficult decision, but we're going to get that done. And I will be in the next trial update giving the date when that decision finally when we will decide who will be the judge of the trial. Now, I don't mean to put any particular pressure on Alan Keyes, but let me say this. He has been my mentor. I mean, I've tried to talk like Alan Keyes. I've tried to elucidate like Alan Keyes. I've tried to be an orator like Alan Keyes. I mean, during the time when he was UN ambassador, it was just a pure delight to watch him on television and to watch how he was able to handle diplomatic affairs. And now I have not talked to Dr. Keyes as of yet, but it is my intent to reach out to him. If you've been in touch with him, let him know that within the next couple of weeks, a phone call is going to come from me. I just want to talk to Dr. Keyes, and I want to get his wisdom on how to proceed with this trial. I'm just making this announcement now. Again, don't mean to put any, undue pressure or spotlight on Dr. Alan Keyes, but we all know he's a patriot. And I just want to let it be known of my great admiration for Dr. Alan Keyes that we're going to be reaching out to him shortly. But I also want to, in this trial update, I wish to state as well that we got a fair number of jurors as well, and we thank you. And if we haven't fully communicated to you or with you, we are. Just keep hanging in there. You very well might imagine that during the administrative work of this trial, preparing the church, preparing the community, getting ready to shut down 4 blocks in and around the church, understanding during the Manning Report every day, contacting people, continuing the investigation, looking at the firewall that has been set up by the CIA, the CO records, the intelligence agencies, and trying to penetrate those while at the same time trying to be a pastor of a church that I love very much and a group of people that love me as well. You very well might imagine that this is a tremendous job. Writing the indictments and coming up with the subpoenas and organizing all of that. If I have not been in touch with you judges and jurors and you registrants as quickly as you think perhaps I should have, it isn't that you're low priority. It's just that I'm moving at all deliberate speed. And because much of the information that will be dispensed at the trial, while I'm meeting with lawyers, we're having groups of meetings with group lawyers, and we're going to continue to meet and make our plans for presenting and prosecuting the case. So it's a very, very big job. I just wanted to give this update. Item number 1 of the update is that we have several judges that have applied to preside over this most historic trial. And one of those judges, by the way, does have some experience with the CIA. And I'm looking particularly at that judge because he understands the workings of the CIA. And I've been involved with this judge, and this judge has been involved with us now long before the announcement of the trial. But the other judges come with great credentials as well. Not to mention we've got a judge from Algeria who believes that he can preside over an American trial and has submitted his name. I don't know whether or not he knows U.S. American jurisprudence or not, but he has put his hat in the ring and he wants to be a judge as well. That's number one on today's update. Number two, we're asking you to bring your trumpets, to bring your saxophones, to bring your shofars, and if you are a priest or a minister, to bring your clerical robes, bring your clerical garments for the march around Columbia University. We will march 7 days, and on the seventh day, we will march 7 times, and then we'll give a big shout. We'll blow the shofar, we'll blow the trumpet, we'll blow the saxophone. I'm asking you to make sure that you bring those instruments that we might be able to participate together in this trial and march around Columbia University. Now that's update number 2. What we want you to be very mindful of is that this trial will go forward. It will go forward. It will not be canceled. So be mindful of that. And then finally, I need to say this. We've got a man, I'm not going to give you his name right now, who's living in the state of Idaho. And he has stated that he's coming to the trial, but he doesn't have money, so he's going to hitchhike all the way from Idaho to New York. Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to set up a phone system with him, so every day while he's out there on the highway hitchhiking into New York before the trial begins, we're going to have him call into the Manning Report and give us an update of where he's at, what state he's in, and who has picked him up. And I'm sure he's going to be telling everybody that picked him up that he's on his way to the New York trial. He didn't have the money, but he does have the zeal, and so he's going to hitchhike his way all the way here from Idaho. My friends, I'm telling you, the way this trial is building and the way the American people are responding, it is absolutely incredible that it is building with such great momentum. And then finally, of course, we have some musicians that have volunteered, and also we have court officers and policemen and state patrolmen. They too, you too, have volunteered your services. Again, as I stated about the judges, about the jurors, and about others, you state policemen, you patrolmen, police officers, court officers that have registered, we want you to take the same message. We will be calling all of you. I'm going to spend some time talking with all of you personally on the phone. If it takes me 2 days to get it done, wait for a call from me. It's going to be a few days, maybe as much as a couple of weeks, but I will be in touch with all of you. This is our excited update, and we're giving God the praise and the glory. Outlaw. That's what God said. That's what God said.